Greetings, survivors and friends, Shadowfrax here, and welcome to the fresh new look for winter. Certainly is fresh down there. So you want to look like an insect hatted off with a robot giraffe? No problem, because this is the Clatter Helmet, introduced to celebrate the launch of Clatter, Facepunch's new Robo Arena Tactics thing, and it'll be a craftable item for anyone who buys that game when it's out later this month and plays it for at least half an hour. I'm doing a small giveaway for Clatter though, so watch till the end of the vid for that. The other high fashion item this update is, of course, pants! And that's British pants, not American ones, which would be these, and which we call trousers, which go over our pants. Unless, of course, you go commando, which I may or may not be doing at the moment. And what exactly was going on with Superman? I mean, did he suffer from visible trouser line? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Knickers! So finally, Facepunch added an optional censorship setting for those of you with sensitive retinas, elderly family members who may wander in at unfortunate moments, or who just make videos of Rust and want a bit of extra demonetization armor. And this is where all Rust YouTubers find out that demonetization was nothing to do with nudity at all. Susan just hates us. As I say, this is an optional client-side setting, a belt and braces measure if you like, and you can still have pixelation instead or experience full frontal reeing if you want. But yes, I guess it looks like pants and indeed bras are here to stay. Unless you've been trapped inside a generator for the last month, you'll know that electricity is being fused into Rust, and with this, the last big patch of the year, the switch has finally been pulled. There are several ways of generating power and storing it now, including the windmill, finally, and a whole host of electrical parts, which can be rigged up to create either simple automation and traps, or incredibly complex and even totally useless devices, like CPUs. The potential is enormous, but if the thought of all this is putting the into electrical degree for you, then don't worry, because just like pants, all of this is optional. If trying to figure out anything more complex than putting a code lock on a door gives you PTSD, then you can just ignore it all and stick to hitting people with rocks like normal. Just whatever you do, stay away from bases with their doors open. I've introduced most of this stuff in my update vids already, and I can't be bothered to go through it all again here, but for those of you who want a complete rundown, you can either watch Rustafied's take on it, link in description, or wait for me to make one, and I promise to use as few big boy words as possible if I do. Helk says this is just the beginning though, and a lot more components will be added in the future, such as things to let you move items around and sort them, and even collect loot from failed raid attempts. The ones we have currently can be found in crates, and apart from the wire tool, are non-default blueprints. Oh, and you can recycle them as well. The other must-have accessory that was added this patch is the M39, or however you want to dress it up. That's its official name in-game. It's a military-grade version of the SAR, and it's a bit of an animal. You can see the stats here. It uses rifle ammo, unsurprisingly, holding 20 at a time. It's uncraftable, but packs a lot of punch. It also has 3 attachment slots for attachments. It's only found in Bradley crates at the moment, I believe, although word is that NPC vending machines will be having a revamp in coming months, and items for sale will rotate, with stuff like the M39 being available to buy occasionally. There were a few improvements this month, including a lot of work to scientist AI at both junk piles and in the military tunnels. I've covered most of this already in my previous updates, but the long and short of it is their brains work a lot better now, and hopefully you'll notice the difference in your travels. Hunting bows were overhauled and are now much more responsive. There was a fix for a reloading issue too. Overall, they should feel more pleasurable to use. Elevators in the launch site, and by extension bucket lifts, are now using the same entity parenting system as the cargo ship and hot air balloon, which means a smoother ride and less chance to glitch to your death. Talking of the cargo ship, impact particle effects now work properly there, and in an interesting turn of developments, you can place ladders wherever you like on board. You're no longer limited to the official entry points and can attack from the rear or wherever else you fancy. Storage boxes now drop their loot pouch wherever the last hit on them landed, as you can see demonstrated here, meaning raiders can control where the booty touches down, and this has implications for loot room layouts, as I'm sure you can tell. Let me know what you think about this change in the comments. For those of us who dabble in the custom map scene, this month was a particularly good one, as not only were NPC vending machines added for us to place in our worlds, but there were some important fixes to resource spawn populations, which should really help make custom maps more playable. We have a couple more pictures of the oil rig monument that's being constructed this week, with plans for exploring it to play like an event. More details to follow as time time moves on, but expect to see this one sometime at the beginning of next year. And finally, can you believe it? It's Rust's 5th anniversary on the 11th of this month. Rust is dead. Whee! And word is that on that day he'll spawn with one of these instead of a rock. I mean, it's not a pie, but it's a step in the right direction. Can't believe it's been this long. I really can't. Oh, and on that note, Gary wrote an end-of-year blog with all sorts of fun facts and figures. Not just about Rust, but Gmod and other stuff too. I'll put a link to that for you in the description. Right, so I said I was doing a giveaway. Keys are limited, but I have 2 for Clatter, which I need to get rid of. If you'd like to enter to stand a chance of winning one of them, then there's a link in the description for that too. I'll run it for 48 hours from when this video goes up and then randomly pick winners. Make sure you keep checking your emails, because if you don't reply to claim your key within 48 hours of being notified, then I'll have to re-roll and give it to someone else. That's it. All the best. Please fondle the like and subscribe buttons until they're in the on position, and give the bell a good hard ring just in case it does something. Leave me a comment and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Discord and my Steam group, and I shall catch you all soon. But in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio.